Hello and welcome to Crew 42's coverage of the 2023 Michigan Professional State Championships presented by Discraft, located at Earl Brewer Park in Byron Center, Michigan. This is October 27th through 29th. I'm Brian Papa Wolf Frawley, and with me is
Mark Ellis. Just kidding, Phill Dilone, and we are here for the back nine coverage of the United States Michigan Disc Golf Championships.
It was great to see Mark Ellis, a legend out there, and we got the back nine of the round one, and starting us off on hole 10, par 4. This is course hole 6. You're going to want to miss the tree on the right away. That's a big one. Why is that a big one? Because if you come up short and don't cross this bridge, it makes getting to the green a lot challenging. You're going to want to swing it out wide for most of your approaches, whether that's a turnover for right-handers or a four-hander approach for right-handers. The basket is located at the bottom of the hill, so you do have a little bit of a backboard if you want to run it in there hard.
Yeah, I'll see what Kyle does. He probably throws a Vanguard right into the tree. Wasn't too happy with that. One thing that we were kind of chatting with on the card, and I think would be cool, is Brian mentioned the bridge. There is a little creek in a bridge. It would be cool if you do not cross it. You are OB, so you would tee from out of bounds. It could help this hole. That's a relatively easy par 4. Play a little bit more true to par. Luke went straight up the gun. Great shot.
Well, Mr. Dilone, have to disagree as the TD because this is the third hardest hole in the course according to the stats from this year's event, and we've already seen one player go hard right and another player end up short right. So I think adding some more challenges and
0.09% over par. We can have this debate later. That's not too much challenging. So that was a horrible shot by me. I like shout out to the hot dog sponsorship, right? Shout out to the hot dog sponsorship.
That's actually to our secret friends at the secret event. Yeah, so thank you to those people sponsored from our secret event. And Kyle's approaching. He's hitting those 3 guardian trees short of the green area. He's going to have a long circle 2 look. What are you looking at here?
Oh man, I'm kind of in the trenches. I'm going for a forehand cut roller. I'm going to see where it gets me. Just hoping to, chip up for my par. So,
well, you get yourself in the edge of circle 2 range.
Yeah, I was just behind it. Actually, the youngster and I, Kyle, decided to take a gentleman's bet on the next shot, and may or may not have resulted into a bad shot. So, let's see how that goes.
Well, it's good to see that you're still keeping it fun on the course, though.
Most fun wins, they say.
They say Nick's going to have a little turnover backhand approach. He makes it up, gets a little bit of a bounce out away from the basket, still going to give himself a putt.
Yeah, so Kyle said if I throw this in, I said $50. He almost does, so I think he clipped it.
Yeah.
So I needed to also throw this in, which may have sent it a little too far here. Back up the hill. I thought I was just about 10, 15 feet, but turns out I was about 25.
Luke's got himself a turnover putt and comes up just short, and it's on its edge and it's rolling, but it sits. We like when they sit.
Out of the Hobie, look at him back there, taking a knee, really getting the camera angle. I'm going to hit the basket for a 5. I probably should have just laid up that shot and not took a bet with Kyle. Great shot, Luke.
Luke gets himself a par. Looking for the solo birdie here. That's good for Nick. Way to start that back 9. Get first green square of the round. Like a true gentleman, you give us our first red square of the round.
Gotta be different, Brian, as you know.
Yeah, that's the fun thing about you.
All right, hole 11. This is a par 4, relatively easy. Some people may take a super big left shot around everything. The others will go straight up the gap that the drone's flying. right about here. You want your disc to penetrate another 50 to 100 feet and fade left. After that, it's just a easy forehand up and over these little trees to the green, or some people may throw a thumber or a backhand kind of flip up, understable hyzer flip, dead straight right to the green. So let's see how this plays out.
One thing to mention from the tee all the way down to about circle 2, it is OB on the right. So just be aware of that as the players choose their discs.
Great point. Great point. As Nick just flosses it right past the cameraman and the gap. Great shot.
Yeah, there's wide open on the left, as mentioned in round 1, front 9. A little bit different OB than other events that are here, like RCO.
I was a little upset with that. I think he pushes through that, but he actually made it through that little foliage gap. That is not an OB hazard, but that's just very unfortunate to be in there. So he should have a relatively easy up and down for birdie. I think Luke does the same, and he fights through as well. Wow.
And almost lands in the right spot for a easy approach. Is this a nuke for you again?
I'm going to go Amnat's Vulture, brand new stable version. Threw it a little too far right, but I'm happy that it did stay in bounce. I might have got a friendly kick from a tree right there.
Yeah, we thank the trees. We're pro trees. I'm going for a forehand approach here. Put it up in the air, waving it like he doesn't care. Dropping it, boom, right at the edge of circle 1.
Yeah, he's right there. And this is my first tournament of the year. I was actually just checking a stat. This is Luke's 7th. He's already won 7 tournaments of this year. This is his 25th tournament. He has podiumed in over half of them. Very impressive.
Yeah, he's had a heck of a year. I know he's up for PGA or Disc Golf Pro Tour Rookie of the Year. I know voting finished. We're waiting for those awards. Maybe by the time this video comes out, we'll know. Hopefully he wins it.
Yeah, so as I was saying, hopefully he does win it. I've not biased, but myself, I might have voted for him once or twice. That was his green nuke. I'm sorry, Zone OS, as I mentioned earlier. You might see that coming from him. So pretty incredible to see it from the sidelines. He really put some extreme torque on it, and it's such a reliable overstable disc, and just sets him right up there for a good tap in birdie. Brian, have you thrown a Zone OS?
Yeah, I have thrown a Zone OS. I was lucky enough to be out at the memorial when Bob was handing them out to all the fancy players that were out there, and got to test it out there with them. And let me just tell you that it is not built for a gentleman of my skill set or strength. But if I ever need a forehand roller to stay straight up and down for, I don't know, 150 feet and then roll to the left, that's my choice, I guess.
There you go. I like it a lot.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm just an old-fashioned Z-zone guy.
Same. That thing's a little challenging. All right, Brian, what do we got on this hole?
All right, so on this hole coming up right here, we've got a beautiful, wide open 424-foot uphill for par 3 for hole 12. You see the circle painted there. There's no real obstacles outside of judging distance, judging wind, and picking the right disc. This is a truly mental pick, in my opinion.
Yeah, uphill shot, a little bit more deceiving than it actually is. Maybe a tad bit of headwind I think we had that day, but wow, Nick does a great job. Puts it right there. I think he's within the bullseye. Great job.
I wonder if he's played this hole over under 1,000 times.
Oh man, I hope it's under. I don't even think I played 1,000 rounds in my life, but man, some people do play many rounds.
That's only once a day for 3 years. Spread that out over a lifetime career. I think he might have played this hole 1,000 times.
Wow, good for him. Kyle
He
choosing the
gets
little
it.
flip up puts it. That's the Vanguard, I believe. This is like a baby blue teal Vanguard. He's a little shy of the green. I'd have an opportunity. I'm thinking I can throw the Amnats Vulture all the way through the pin.
And look at you. You
Close
land in
enough.
circle one. Luke's a little short and outside. I was creeping over as the TD watching a few of these holes, so it's fun to see him try to float this one in. And I thought maybe he had it when it was in the air.
Yeah, just what is this? Luke's third missed birdie. Absolutely incredible going into this. So, and
Yeah.
Luke has bounced back every single time. So maybe next hole he gets a birdie. It was a nice birdie
Great
from
stat,
me.
right?
I have not got many birdies, but I'm on 2 in a row.
Yep. And Nick gets the closest shot, if you will. So that was a great drive again by Nick, and Kyle and Luke get their pars and get out of there. So you're gonna shoot second in the position, different for you now. So we'll see how you play this hole.
Yeah, hole 13. This is a great hole. 287 to the pin. You got a fall off, drop off. A lot of players will throw the forehand up to this little tiny tree out there to the left in the corner of your screen, or a backhand hyzer. You may see some dead straight putters directly at the pin. This is a tricky shot. I think you can play this hole a lot of times and still be confused on how it lays out. So Nick's going to go with that big Z Raptor. See the ground play. Sits down relatively close. Show us the basket, maybe. Gets outside
He's
circle.
outside of circle one, but he's at least he's not shooting up and down too much.
Yeah. I'm going to go with the
You
Nate
throwing
Sexton
Sexton?
Firebird. Yep. Bouncing. They did tell me this.
Lay
Yep.
down.
All right.
Oh my goodness. What up,
All
CTP?
right.
Did you guys play some dirty dollars on this hole?
We did not, but you take what you can get when you're the oldest man on the card. So,
Yeah, he's the oldest man on the card.
what do we got? Is this a zone? Just probably a regular zone from Luke? I don't think that was his Raptor, but little darker blue disc, but clips a tree a little up. He probably saw his opportunity to save birdie.
And there's aforementioned hyzer approach with a soft putter.
Yeah, so Kyle takes the dead straight and just checks up. What is that, Brian? Maybe about 15 to 18 feet?
Yep. So Nick's just outside of circle one, maybe 40. And good height, though.
Wow.
Keeps the streak going. Keeps the streak going. Putting a little bit of pressure on Luke.
Low left used to only be there on the old Chain Stars, but that was a great catch by the Chain Star Pro.
Luke trying to match him. Oh, he does.
Man, this kid, you see how effortless that is. It's a beautiful thing to watch. He has so much confidence in your putting. I think that's one thing that you really, truly need is confidence. Kyle, I do not know what happened there. I know Kyle has confidence, but he must have just let something slip a little far right.
Yeah, and great tap in birdie for you there. Let's not shy away from that. That's 2 already. Great job.
Take what I can get on that one, Papa Wolf.
Yeah, so we're going to move on to hole 14 of the tournament. This is a 340-foot relative obstacle-free uphill shot. Definitely, you can see the cut grass. That's mowed about circles one-ish, if you will. A lot of opportunity for a forehand approach or a backhand approach, whatever you feel most comfortable with. You just got to play the wind and the gradient of the hill for best success.
Yeah, I think this shot plays about 375 to 380 on a true distance. Nick's coming up all the way up. Just keeps it just shy, but he's right there in the circle.
Yeah, he's on the dance floor.
I'm ripping the Sexton Firebird up and right.
Starting to feel your groove a little bit right now, aren't you?
Feeling something. That was pretty good. It definitely felt good off the hands.
Luke maintaining his lead at 10 down currently. He throws up there and says, I can put one inside the bullseye too. Kyle's unfortunately got a little streak of pars going. I'm sure he's itching to get a birdie right now.
Yeah, that's the thing about this course too. You truly know when you're messing up, considering that every hole is birdieable. So when you're missing these shots, it's becoming more of a mental thing that actually is the game. So when Kyle's missing these left and right, it is like, I really need birdies. Kyle has missed hole 6, 7, 8, and 9. And that is a big step in this part, considering that multiple players in the car. Nick Gill right now is on a 4-hole birdie streak. You got Luke Taylor going every other. I'm going in there with a little turkey, but I'm still way behind. He's not worried about me, so definitely is playing with your mental in this sense.
Nick unfortunately doesn't catch all the chains and gives himself a par. Ends his streak, but you get yourself your beginning of a turkey here.
Since 2015, Great Lakes Disc has been supporting players at all levels, from local leagues and events to professional disc golfers on the Disc Golf Pro Tour. Visit GreatLakesDisc.com to learn more.
We have hole 11. We have a double Mando hole, which is not a double Mando hole. We could talk about that later with Mr. Brian Wolf, Papa Frawley. Dead straight, 336. You're going to want to, there is the hyzer line just before the right side Mando. You just throw dead straight, or you kind of hyzer at the right tree, you let it come in, and then you hit a good putt. So I'm throwing a Buzz OS on this, really relying on the green. There's a little bit of headwind. Sending it through.
And this is a challenging off the tee. The little bush that's guarding the right Mando tree makes that like swooping short hyzer a big challenge for right-hand backhand players. So you either got to go right at it or play above that bush. And a lot of times we see this happen when people, try to go right at it. They come up short and they miss the Mando on the left then.
Yeah, and I wonder if that's just a lapse of focus for Luke. He's been locked in for so many holes. Just to miss that, it just seemed like a little lazy throw for him. However, who knows? And Kyle missing it right. That is a missed Mando on the right-hand side. So Luke and Kyle are going to go to the drop zone. Brian, how far would you say the drop zone putt is?
It's just outside of circle 1. So you're probably at like 36 feet maybe. Challenging putt. I've been honored to make it at least once out of the 50 times I've tried. Fun story when I get to play this course with some of the people on this card, mainly the guy that just threw Mr. Klein. Birdie alert. Oh, I get spotted 13 strokes when we play gold for reference. So, yeah, these guys are good. You tap your par in there.
Yeah, I was a little nervous putt after just missing, airballing it, and then having a decent comeback. So that was good. We got Nick Gill with a good birdie coming in. Let's get some tap-ins.
We're on to tournament hole 16, course hole 12. This hole played as the easiest hole on the course. It's a stock hyzer with the best of them for the right-hand backhand. The only real danger is going way deep or cutting it inside and hitting that tree. leaving you outside of circle 2. This is if there's a gotta get hole on the course for these guys, in my professional TD opinion, this is a gotta get hole.
Yeah, you got Nick sending his big Z Raptor outright. Wow. Maybe just outside of bullseye or on the line. He's looking at about a 10 to 12 foot putt for birdie.
Are you going Sexton on this one, or?
I switched it up to the captain's Raptor. That might be the Sexton. I really felt the need to get it over left. Maybe take a barbecue hit.
Yeah, maybe you needed a mid-round snack.
Yeah, finding metal on your first throw is never a bad thing. So
it's definitely a unique thing when it's that type of metal, though.
Kyle looking to throw it. It honestly is just a high hyzer. Really trusting your disc, nice overstable disc fairway, that's going to come back down there and drop into the circle. You just want to hyzer just away from that left tree that has all the golden orange leaves. I'm going to throw it about 40 feet as the screen shows and just let it truly fade into the hole. Luke did a great job.
Yeah, it's really nice of Luke to do the perfect example as you're explaining it.
Yeah, great guy. See, I got up there. Hobie told me that I hit the barbecue.
Look at you. All you need to do is hit a barbecue and you make a birdie. Great shot, Phil.
Thanks a lot. I called that one. Wow. Thanks for the walk. Slow walk in. Unbelievable.
I don't know if we have we got a replay. Phil earned in the first replay of the tournament coverage. Congrats to you. That always feels good when you make a long one.
Man, that was outside circle 2, so I will take it. I used to be good at putting. Klein, dead center. Great putt.
Yeah, and when I said that this was a gotta get hole, I didn't know you'd have to make an outside circle 2 putt to do it, but you started the train and everyone followed, so we went star birdie on it.
And can't big putt these guys. No easy putts.
Not when they're 3 feet away. No, that's tough.
What do we got? Hole 17. Tournament hole 17. We have a big wide hyzer, 362. You're going to want to send it up and to the right about 40 feet again on a big hyzer and just kind of let your disc fade back in. This is a big uphill shot. It is on an elevated green. There is OB left. OB left is going to be the hazard in the bushes. Nick does a great job just putting it right under the basket. Not worried about a putt. Not worried about OB. Should be great.
Yeah, that's an unbelievably great shot. Love to see it. Here you go. Trying to follow Nick's entrails, Nick's flight path.
And I have no idea what that was. This hole gave me a lot of trouble. So I'm happy to chip up for the par. Honesty. We will see what Kyle does.
Kyle's wide enough. He's going to come in and hopefully settle short. Yep, great timing. He's going to be well inside circle 1.
Beautiful disc. And if you haven't yet, go to greatlacedisc.com and get yourself a disc.
Yeah, you could buy Kyle's Vanguard or one of the Luke Taylor fundraiser discs. Boom. He lands it right inside circle backside of that bucket. You know the name of the rock, Phil?
I don't.
The rock's name is Mount Kilimanjaro.
Okay, good. Because I was going to say Dwayne.
No. And then the backup rock was named Rocky Balboa, but we went with Mount Kilimanjaro. And by me, I mean all the wonderful people at Grand Rapids Disc Golfers United in Charity that put the efforts into redesigning this course.
Amazing. Look at Kyle's disc just sneak into them chains. We did have a little bit of wind here on the final, and that was truly a good clip for birdie. Luke, thank you for the birdie. What a great round Luke has done. Luke has only had one bogey on the day, 3 misses. This guy's playing absolutely lights out. Nick Gill is right behind him. Nick Gill is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 missed birdies, and we're coming into hole 18. What do we got, Brian?
Yes, hole 18 is a 461-foot downhill into a tighter green. No OB to worry about, but there is what I would call natural OB, where if you get thick on the left side, it is tough to get out and get your par sometimes. I would say this is not quite a gotta get, but I would definitely say this is a you should get hole.
And we have a very strong, about a 15-mile-per-hour tailwind on this hole. You're going to see Nick just rip over on the anhyzer. Let's see if it fades out.
Well, that almost got back into the open. We're going to see where that plays from, but I think he might have a line. Oh, and Kyle's
this is Kyle's Vanguard. Yeah, a little too much on that. Should be able to chip up and down for a par.
Yep. Shout out to the people watching up on the hill behind them, watching up by the green. A good group watching here on round 1. Luke looks like he slips a little bit off that pad.
Slips, but throws a very old beat-in nuke into that tailwind. Hyzers it out after the flex. What is he at? Just a bit, maybe on edge of circle, just behind this tree, looking at a birdie. Ladies and gentlemen, we do not have to watch this. This is going to be a flippy nuke, just hyzered out right to the hole 1 where we started at hole 15. So,
yeah, there's a little bit of an adventure that you're about to go on, but sometimes that happens. We got Kyle down on a knee trying to throw a forehand approach into this green. If he gets it to hit early, it should be great and not run out, and it looks like it leaves him in circle 1. The green is slightly sloped uphill, and we found Phill now. A forehand flick approach.
No time to waste. Didn't have much. Do a soft zone out there. Put myself about 15 to 20 feet. Looking for a par.
And we did not quite get the line we were hoping for, but Nick's a smart player. Let's see what he comes up with. Oh, leaves him just outside circle 1. That front edge of that bridge, about a foot in, right about where his disc is right now is circle 1. Oh, what a great putt.
Yeah, that's a great putt for Nick to solidify. No bogey. Finishing a 12 down on the round. Just 1 stroke behind Luke, and that is a really good shot, putting himself 2 in front of Kyle Klein. Great times. I might have spoke 1 too early, but does Luke make this? Yes, he does.
Yup. So that gives him a 1-stroke lead over Nick Gill after 1 round. A little recap here in a second, but Kyle knocks in his par. Hey, before we get to the end of this, Phill, you've done a great job. Thanks for joining us today.
Yeah, thank you, Brian and Crew 42. It's been a pleasure. Really enjoyed hanging out with you guys and can't wait for round 2.
We'll have a new name on the card for round 2, Mr. Austin Bates. And he popped off at a neg 9. So we have Kyle Klein at neg 10, Nick Gill at neg 12, and Luke Taylor at neg 13. Remember to like and subscribe.